All right. Okay, so this is Kira Faar, my friend from Australia. And the moment like I connected with her over a Facebook group and we just said hi to each other, I knew something is cooking behind the veil. And here we are today, and we are starting a little project, a small step towards fulfilling our mission and work here is to first, yes, introduce ourselves to you. And some of you guys might know me already. And I'm Meghma, just for the benefit of those who doesn't. And my mission is here to, right now I'm working on helping awakening souls who are, getting all these synchronicities, and they know they have their place in this shift to contribute, and they are trying to figure out how to start with that, and how to start trusting your own gifts, and how to have those solid relationship with your multidimensional aspects. And I am looking to work with such souls and such as Kira here to take that journey together, to learn those lessons together. So I'll let Kira speak for herself now and tell us about herself.
Alrighty. Hi, everyone. I'm Kira Faar. I am from Australia, and I am here to start this project with Meghma to bring some enlightenment to everyone who might be on the same journey as us. So I consider myself to be a generational curse breaker, sort of a healer of the self, and someone who raises the vibration of the world and space around me, including in my own life. So my kind of goal and mission is to bring awareness to a lot of things that may be easily dismissed, such as the health and well-being of our soul and our spirit, and also help people who may be struggling with their own mental health journey and spiritual connection. And I'm still sort of working out what I'm doing, but I'm really excited to start and meet like-minded people like Meghma. So thank you again for this opportunity, and I look forward to starting this journey with you.
That's so powerful. You are so powerful. It blows my mind, and the pleasure is mine. This is giving me so much joy to do. And yeah, thank you for telling us about yourself. And while I was listening to you, I could hear myself a year ago or somewhere like that, and talking, having that same inner dialogue. And after meeting you and talking to you, like more and more, I realize that there are so many people out there going through the same thing. And I just want to bring us all together and fully realize this reality that we have been dreaming about in our own little bubbles. So yeah. We are ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So yeah, we want to that. Kira, you already mentioned what is your personal mission, and I want to talk a little bit more about what is our intention with this little project and what direction that we are trying to at least go as we start this. So first of all, we are doing a weekly video and choosing a topic that we have dealt in isolation and has learned those, we both have learned those lessons in total isolation, and that was kind of tough and painful, a challenge. And our objective here is to make those steps a little easier for you guys out there, right? And
and we'll hopefully foster a community of and a safe space for people who are also doing that on their own and in their own little world. And this is my first step out of my own little bubble and into the world. So it's like an introduction. So it's always possible to find a community, even if it feels like you're alone and you don't have anyone. There's always going to be souls that you bump into and you're like, these people understand me. So if you are out there feeling very alone in your spiritual journey, or feeling a little bit like you don't know where you're going or what you're talking about, it's completely understandable. And we are all in this together as souls living a human experience.
Yeah, I love that. And today is the new moon, and we decided together that we will start this new journey with the new moon energies. And we just finished a challenge together, by the way, and that got us even more closer to this path. And that was a process of trusting our own systems, our own cycle, and how our bodies speak to us. And there are so many other things, like you might be having conversation with the moon every day and you believe in that relationship, but you can't share that aspect of yourself with others because you know they won't understand. But we are building a space where we do things as the moon goddess wishes and happily. So so we are building this space for you. And the purpose of doing this challenge in the social media is not just about putting our message out there. Anyone like me or Kira finally who think that you are sort of ready to put your voice out there and you want to just need that kickstart, that support, that structure to where to begin, and trust your gifts. Like if you think you are excellent at tarot, like I blew my mind. I was a software engineer in my past life, but I realized like I resonate with doing tarot so much, and the spirit wants to speak through my art of channeling through tarot cards. And to deny myself and the universe, that is the main disservice that I have no intention of doing. And because this is so rewarding and fulfilling for me. And to get to this space where I am talking like this about my journey and feel so good is where I want every other soul like me to get. It's a rickety, rocky path, but at least I'm glad that today we are creating this space where we can provide some or much support to you guys.
Yeah, I actually really resonate with what you said about finding something that brings you so much joy. And a couple of months ago, I did a reading for the first time, and I was absolutely I was like, it was for another person for the first time. I'd been doing it like for myself, but I did readings for my family, and I could talk for absolute hours. I felt this like spark in my soul, and it was the first time I ever questioned the path that I was already on. And I was amazed. I was like, this is fantastic. Like, I've got to do something with this. So yeah, I would absolutely love to start that journey and explore that. And I've always wanted to share what I have to say with the world, and this is an outlet for that. And I'm nervous and anxious and excited and all kinds of stuff, but I'm just glad to be here and starting this. It's fantastic.
Good. So good, so good. And talking about like your journey with reading, why don't you share the one that we did right after we hopped onto the interview thing?
Yeah, so we decided to do a reading at the beginning just to see what messages we could find. So for my messages, I received a couple of cards. So I received the card dedication. I'll show them to you. The card of dedication and the card of celebration. And I'm using the Wildwood Tarot deck, which is my personal favorite deck. And these cards really speak of harnessing that creative energy and choosing to dedicate your time and your space to a craft and loosing those arrows where your heart wants them to go. And the celebration card is all about celebrating with like-minded individuals and having that community and that celebrating life and this and community and connection. So these cards are very inspirational and wonderful to start the little series off with. So that was really good.
Yeah, and I was pulling cards simultaneously, and we wanted to do this together and, you know, start connecting our light worker energies. And it's so interesting that how we're reading synced up. I'm using a different kind of a deck. Mine is called the Ethereal Visions, and that is my personal favorite deck. And the first pair of cards that I got were the Page of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Again, these cards again talk about following those ideas, sparks of ideas that you have, an inspiration in your head, and putting the work and focus to manifest that in the physical, which absolutely talks about what Kira drew for dedication, right? And the second pair of cards was the World and the Ace of Cup, and talks about this new beautiful beginning that I'm already feeling in my bones and I'm so excited about. And the World is a card that speaks to me like we have completed a cycle and we have learned so much about our aspects, and then using all that to step into the new roles of what we're supposed to do with all that knowledge, how to pass it on to the world and complete that cycle, or, you know, begin the next one. So this is a powerful new moon initiation, and I have chills and electricity all over my body.
I'm glad that we started it on the new moon as well. It's a very fresh, brand new energy, leaving the old cycle behind, moving forward. And I always personally feel my best during a new moon. So I was like, definitely, we're going to do it on the new moon. So yeah, and it's a new moon in Leo, and well, it's Leo season. So it's sort of like the season for being a little more bold and confident, and any sort of Leo placements in our charts can sort of be elevated, or the creative. For me, I think Leo's in my 5th house. So I've got that creative sort of energy going. So it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that made me think like Leo is my moon sign. And yeah, I could feel that Leo new moon energy telling me to step up to that light leader role and start doing the stuff that I have been shying away for so long, but it's time.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're saying?
Let the lion out.
Yeah,
it's the energy of Leo is so proud and bold and fantastic, and Leo at its best as a sign is so amazing and bright, and it's definitely worth tapping into those energies. Yeah.
Yeah. And talking about, you know, those cycles and stepping into the new ones, I wanted to share this message that I received in the morning. Is many of us, since we have realized that we have a part to play in this shift, we have been trying to push ourselves in, and you know, getting pulled into that competitive old mindset to learn our lessons quick and step up and build our own community, and really not stopping to look back how much we have, you know, come already and what we have already learned. Right after we started the recording, Hira and I was talking about how we are feeling these vibrations and resonance in our body, and that is a good sign. But at the beginning of this journey, when you're becoming aware of this, you kind of get scared and don't understand or explain to one another. So yeah, this series that I and Kira have started is about looking back all those experiences and really stopping to relearn those lessons and put it out for you guys as well to relate and to look what maybe you are going through right now.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's so important to also pay tribute to the versions of yourself that have been, that have passed and moved. You've moved on from, like, really being respectful and loving towards old identities that you built to survive. And those versions of you, as you let go of them, send them love and respect and thank them for who they helped you become. They were the stepping stones. And so as you shed the old, it's important to look back and thank yourself for pushing this far and getting this far. And as exciting as the end result is, it's all about the journey and looking back at the lessons that you've learned. And it's a very worthwhile pursuit to stop and, be grateful for how far you've come. Something that I like to think about is that before I started this journey, and I used to pray to be in this headspace. I used to want to be in a happier headspace so badly. And I got to that place and I was so intent on moving forward that I never really stopped to realize I'd made it to where I wanted to be. And so if you have reached a point in your life where you're feeling quite alive and rejuvenated and excited about the next step, don't forget to look back on where you've come from, because it's very, very important to respect that. Yeah.
Touche. So wise. And yeah, great reminder. And that's often that I have noticed in myself and others that happen, that we don't give ourselves that credit. And even if we get to the credit part, we don't really aren't really respectful to the journey we have been through. It was all for us to come and get to this moment. Every experience, everything contributed to that. None is insignificant. So yeah, that's a great message to wrap up this session with. So thank you, Kira, for sharing that. I absolutely love it. So we are going to choose and share our next topic of discussion before we get on a call and open our hearts about it next week. So that's when we will see you guys again. Till then, take care, love yourself, respect yourself, and happy ascension.
Thank you. Bye, guys.